like, you're actually singing and rapping. And, okay, so, like, I guess I'm going to toot your horn.
Yeah.
I was like, this is an artist.
Yeah.
2 out of the 8 tracks are with features, and then it's you.
Yeah, more than just a DJ, I'm more than just a producer, I'm an artist. Like you said, that's probably going to take a lot of people by surprise as well.
Yeah, that did. What's up, guys? It's DJ K Young, and today I'm sitting down with DJ Paimon to talk about his new project, Soul De Selene. So, like, you're actually singing and rapping. And, okay, so, like, that's like that should be a whole nother interview, honestly, because I was like, oh, like, TJ did a great job, or such and such did a great job, like some of the other people, all your people that, you rock with, and I rock with as well. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then I'm like, I don't think I've heard this person before. Literally. And I swear to God, I'm just, kind of, going through the motions, and I'm like, no, I like this. Like, this is, but I was like, he sounds familiar, but I'm like, I don't know who this person is.
You couldn't pinpoint the sound.
And so, I go through the video and everything, and then finally I'm like, okay, well, now I gotta look at the notes, and now I gotta ask, write down all these questions.
You look at the track listing, you don't see don't see features.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I see Selene.
Yeah. Has TJ.
But then the Sunrise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so where are the other features? Like, that's rude of you. You know what I mean? Like, you put your 2 favorites in there.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking. So then I went to actually the credits at the end. Mm-hmm. So they put all the credits and stuff, and it says written by DJ Paimon, produced by DJ Paimon, performed by DJ. And I'm like, wait a minute. So, and that's what I didn't like. I should have probably read the notes, but like me being too ADHD, I couldn't focus. I was like, no, I'm going back to the video, and I'm like, I'm looking at all the credits. I'm like, holy crap, he performed all this.
Yeah. And
I was like, and honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, it was good. It was great. Like, I didn't know that was you. And that was like my authentic reaction was, I was almost like, well, that's rude of me. You know what I mean? Like, that's super rude, Kayon. Like, you didn't know that was Paimon. But, like, it just sounded like, I guess I'm going to toot your horn.
Yeah.
I was like, this is an artist.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I've never heard you rap or sing or whatever. I think of you as DJ Paimon, the DJ, a.k.a. the producer. And that's all I've ever really known. Mm-hmm. So this transition from, Thing for You and your going on.
Yeah.
2 out of the 8 tracks are with features, and then it's you.
Yeah. Yeah. And
when did you decide this? When did you decide to be that?
So the crazy thing is, I've always been an artist. I've always written.
Because your pen game was great in this, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So I started rapping at the same time that I started DJing and started producing, all at the same time. But the thing was, I never really promoted my rapping after the initial phase of rapping. So, like, I rapped for, like, a few years, and then, I put out a project, performed a little bit. This is all when I was
younger.
Like 18,
when you
19,
DJing
20,
stuff,
21, So, like, as far as, like, my rapping career, it never really, like, went anywhere with that. It was just something I felt like I was good at, so I tried it and did it. But, I focused more on DJing and production because I saw income from that. But you never lose the itch to keep writing, so I've always still, like, played around with, like, writing concepts and stuff like that. The thing is, like you said, people see me and they see a DJ, and then, to take it further than that, they see a producer or a remixer, and those are the aspects of my life where I feel like I've excelled, is DJing and remixing and, a little bit of the music production side. But I've definitely established myself as a DJ, That's, like, where I've, like, really developed my brand. And then I've really been focusing on the music production side of things. But I also wanted to, let people see this other side, which
but
they
there's
haven't.
More levels, there's more layers of Paimon.
More than just a DJ, I'm more than just a producer, I'm an artist, like you said, and I wanted to showcase that. And that's another thing that I'm excited for people to see is you know, that's probably going to take a lot of people by surprise as well.
Yeah,
you know,
that did.
So I wanted people to see that, like, you know, like, this guy can write and he can perform, and
so you're a multi-dimensional performer.
right. And the thing is, like, I don't know if I'm necessarily looking to, you know, be on stage at a show and just be singing and rapping. You know, like, I don't know if that's necessarily what I'm looking to do with this. I wouldn't eliminate the possibility, but that's not what I'm, like, searching for. But it's just another aspect of my creative side that I wanted to showcase and tap into. You know, especially because these songs are, like, so personal to me that it wouldn't have felt right to write them all for someone else to perform. You know, and then have an album of a bunch of different singers and vocalists and rappers rapping and singing all these songs that would tell a story, and that would have been cool too. But
that's your story.
But it's my story,
right.
So it wouldn't have felt as authentic and cohesive. And that's, you know, why I limited the amount of features on this one, really just 2.
Because you came with 8 tracks.
Yeah.
Was that significant, or I mean,
initially,
was it just like, or did you have more in mind or less?
I did. I probably produced like 30 tracks for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then
went down to 8?
And then, yeah.
Out of the 30?
Yeah. Like, I produced like 30
That's
beats
crazy.
with concepts, and then I probably wrote like 12 songs.
Right.
And then finished about 9 or 10, and then cut it down to 8. So, and the last cut was actually one of the songs that's in the film, Everything, didn't make the album.
Really?
So, like, it still worked with the concept of the story.
Yeah.
And it still worked with the film, so I wanted it to be in the film, but I just didn't put it in the album just because, to me, it didn't meet up to the rest of the tracks as far as the performance.
So how long did it take you from the time you conceived the idea till today?
So
how long was this process?
So very long. So the funny thing, but the crazy thing is, it was and it wasn't. So I was working on KOTC.
Right. Okay.
And then I went through a breakup during that process. And then
is that part in here?
So that's one of the relationship / breakups that inspired some of the themes of this album. But it really actually ignited the process. The match of, you know, me actually just doing this project. And so I took a break. Here's the funny thing. So I took a break from working on KOTC to start this project.
Oh, and then you went back.
And then I went back to it. So, like, I knocked out probably like 11 of those initial 30 beats in a week.
Just because you were
Just because I was in the zone. I was inspired, and I was like, this is what I want to work on. KOTC can wait. And so I knocked out like 11 beats, wrote hooks, wrote concepts, and then...
Was it like... So, and this is why I'm going to dig deep now.
Yeah.
Like, but was the breakup what really set...
Right. It was the pain that inspired...
So you came out of a place of sadness, anger, and maybe some deceit, and this is what kind of happened? Like, so like, she's got to be pissed that something so cool came out.
Well, like I said, like, I mean, like, if she listens to it, then I'm sure she'll feel away. No.
Okay.
If she or any of my other exes
happen to see
or listen to any of these songs and relate to a certain experience, they probably won't be too happy. But at the same time, because it's not specifically about one person, and it's about a multitude of relationships and experiences.
And they're relatable.
Relatable. And I feel
saw myself in some of these.
Yeah, and like, I feel like I did it in a way where it's like, you know, first of all, I'm not mentioning any names.
Right.
None of my ex-girlfriends' names are Selene.
Right.
And but like, and it's not like I'm like attacking. It's more of telling the story, right?
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly.
I really think that this whole project was therapeutic, because now understanding that, oh, you really did go through something.
Right.
Because I was like, listen, nobody just writes a breakup album and a breakup movie without something lighting a fire.
Yeah, you would be able to see how inauthentic it was if I was writing it from a place of just from the outsider perspective.
Right. If you were getting paid, like, hey, Paimon, I need you to write this album and do this video. Here's X amount of dollars. it's not going to have the same feeling and emotional attachment, because I think that's like the greatest part of like hearing and seeing like what you've created is that that's why to ask, did you have a breakup? Because you can't just make up the words. Yeah. You can't make up the instrumentation, you know what I mean? Like how it sonically sounds without you having to have gone through something, because I know people are good at their job, but you got to have some feeling behind it.
Absolutely.
Your creation.
And it was, like you said, it was therapeutic. It was me channeling all those emotions and feelings I was going through and attempting to create some art that's beautiful out of it. And because that was the only way to me to make sense of those feelings I was feeling. It was like, I can't just be feeling like this for nothing. You know, like let me take this and turn it into something positive and help someone else maybe get through a breakup. Or, you know, so that was initially that, you know, and they say pain creates the best art, you know, like,
they
so
do.
like,
it does.
and so it really inspired me. I was, like I said, knocked out 11 beats in a week.
You just locked yourself in.
I was just zoned in. And during the process of writing those songs, even, I was catching myself like feeling everything that I was writing about. So like, it was therapeutic, but at the same time, it was almost dangerous. Like, it was like, you know, because there's a song where, well, let's even think for you, you know, where I'm talking about first falling in love with the girl. So when I'm describing this love at first sight about a girl who just broke my heart, you know.
Yeah, how do you write about that?
Exactly. So like, that's where like it became dangerous, because it's like I had to take myself back
to that first
to those feelings.
Yeah.
And then, you know, someone breaks your heart, and now you're feeling those feelings of, oh my God, I love this person. Like, I'm just consumed by that love. You can trick yourself. You could be like, maybe I don't want to not be with this person. You know, like, it's like, so I caught myself feeling all the feelings again that I was writing when I was writing these songs. And so I did have to take a break from working on this project to take myself outside of it a little bit and let myself heal a little bit before I got back into it.
So was the writing, though, because you said you knocked out 11 beats and wrote stuff within that basically first week that you got, you know, that you guys separated. I mean, what did you go back after the break and change things? And was like, oh yeah, I cannot put that in there.
No.
Yeah,
I
need
didn't
to
change.
add this.
I didn't change content-wise. I changed things sonically and.
But not in the writing per se. Was the writing kind of like
some of the
set in stone?
No. Some of the writing, like, there were songs that I rewrote several times.
Okay.
And that wasn't because I felt differently. It was because it just didn't sound right to me.
So it was more the technical aspect.
Yeah, it was more from a producer's ear that I was just like, I don't like this. I want to switch it up. So,
but emotionally
no, that it was all the same.
You just kept it how it was.
I kept it
after
raw.
The break.
Yeah, like, so, like, and that's why most of the album is dark. There's probably, before cutting everything, the song that's in the film but not in the album, there's 2 songs, and then if you throw in that interlude with Ade, probably 2.5 songs where it was actually happy or light.
Right.
The rest are all pretty dark.
Right.
So, and that probably has a lot to do with the fact that it was written shortly after I was feeling those dark feelings. You know, so.
But the great part is that now knowing that, and you took that break, see, because for me personally, as a creative person, I would have gone back and completely probably destroyed everything I made, because I would be like, oh, well, I'm not necessarily fine, but like you left yourself, what I guess I'm saying is you left yourself very vulnerable and very open to the public as far as like going, like taking that break and then coming back to work on the album and you not really changing anything other than like the technical aspects. Right. So that's still like you had that moment. And maybe it's a gender thing, maybe, like, because as a female, I'd be like, oh, I can't put this out. I'm not releasing this. Like, I just put my whole, like that, whatever I wrote, you know, because you, like, if you listen to the lyrics and even in the visual aspect of it, I mean, and we'll get to the visual aspect of it. Right. You're completely just open. Yeah.
And that was
in your own way, I guess.
That was intentional as well, too, because I wanted it to be so authentic. And I wanted people to really not only like relate, but also the best way to get people to be fans of your work is to be fans of you.
Sure.
So I wanted this is the best way for people to get to know me.
More of like a one-on-one of
like know me from a personal side, the introspective side. I wanted them to get that from it so that they could feel like they connect with me on more than just, oh, that's a catchy song. Or, I turn up to that in the club. Like, I wanted it to be more...
Yeah, because like a lot of these, like, I mean, if you listen to KOTC...
Club tracks. Yep.
Club!
And then invite only.
I'm playing, I'm playing those, like, on my radio shows, and you know what I mean? Like, I think I used one of them. It might have been the one with...
The one?
Yeah, I think I used that She Bad.
Yeah.
I used that for something in the club or whatever because it was like more like a ladies' night type thing.
My intentions with this entire project, I didn't go for marketability. It was a passion project from the start.
It's a completely different vibe.
Absolutely. I was trying to do things that people don't normally hear in albums.